Right now, somewhere in the world, a 16-year-old kid is getting screamed at because he put a lemon wedge on the wrong side of a plate. His hands are bleeding from cuts he didn't even notice yet. And he's making $9 an hour. One floor up, a line cook is drowning. By 6:15 p.m., he's got 9 tickets, 6 pans, 2 burns, and someone screaming, "Where's my salmon?" Meanwhile, 2 floors up, the head chef of that same restaurant is sitting in an office doing spreadsheets. He makes 6 figures. They all call themselves kitchen staff, but they are living on different planets. Today, you're going to live every single rank in a restaurant kitchen, from the absolute bottom to the very top. And I promise you, by the end of this, you will never look at a restaurant the same way again. Let's start where everybody starts. The pit, the dish pit. Your kingdom of soggy food scraps and water so hot it peels the skin off your forearms. You are the dishwasher. You are the lowest rank in the kitchen. And honestly, nobody even considers you part of the kitchen. You're more like the kitchen's immune system. You exist, so everything else can function. But nobody wants to think about you while they're eating. Here's your life. You show up. The closing crew from last night left you a stack of sheet pans that could qualify as modern art. Burnt cheese, caramelized something, and a mysterious orange residue that doesn't respond to soap, chemicals, or prayer. You scrub, you spray, you rack, and you push the rack through a machine that sounds like a jet engine having a panic attack. And then you do it again, for 8 hours. Your shoes are soaked by hour 2. Your hands are permanently pruned. And every single person in the kitchen yells, "Coming through," directly into your ear. Because the dish pit is always in the worst possible location. The funny thing about being a dishwasher, though, is that you learn the entire kitchen without anyone teaching you. You see every plate that comes back. You know which dishes people actually eat and which ones come back untouched. You watch the line cooks during rush, and you start to understand the rhythm. When it's busy, when it's dead, who's fast, who's faking it. The dishwasher sees everything. And the smart ones? They're already plotting their next move. Congratulations! Someone noticed you didn't quit after 2 weeks. So, now you've been promoted to prep cook. Your raise? 50 cents. Your new responsibility? Everything that needs to happen before the restaurant opens, but none of the glory when it does. You are now a professional onion dicer, a carrot peeler, a garlic mincer. You show up at 6 a.m. when the kitchen is dead quiet, and you spend 4 hours turning whole vegetables into tiny, identical pieces. And let me be clear about something. The head chef will walk by your cutting board, pick up one single piece of diced onion, hold it up to the light like a jeweler examining a diamond, and say, "These are uneven. Do it again." And you will do it again. All of it. Nobody cares how hard you worked. They care about the result. But the real thing the prep cook phase teaches you is speed. Fast and good beats slow and perfect every single time. First day, it takes you 20 minutes to dice an onion. 2 months later, you're doing it in 90 seconds with your eyes half closed while having a conversation about last night's soccer game. That speed becomes your ticket to the next level. This is where it gets real. You are now a line cook. Welcome to the single most intense job you will ever have. For the least amount of money you will ever accept. The dinner rush starts at 6 p.m. By 6:15, you have 9 tickets hanging. Each ticket has between 2 and 6 items on it. Every item has a different cook time. Some need to be fired now. Some need to be fired in 4 minutes. And one of them is a well-done steak that should have been started yesterday. And you need all of it to land on the pass at the exact same time. This is the part of kitchen work that breaks people. Not the heat, not the hours, not the burns. It's the mental load. You're essentially running a live math problem in your head for 5 straight hours, while someone screams, "Where's my salmon?" every 45 seconds. Your station is your entire world. If you're on saute, you've got 6 pans going, and you can feel the heat through your clogs. If you're on grill, your face looks like you just got back from a tropical vacation, except it's February, and you haven't seen sunlight in a week and a half. If you're on the fry station, well, God help you on a Friday. But here's the thing about the line. When it clicks, when every cook is in sync and the tickets are flying and everything is landing perfectly, there is no feeling like it. It's the closest you'll ever get to being in a band, a sports team, and an emergency room all at the same time. You also develop this bizarre sense of pride. You start coming in on your days off just to see if the guy covering your station messed anything up. Spoiler, he did, and you love that. The burns are worth mentioning too. Every line cook has a collection of scars on their forearms that looks like they lost a fight with a very small, very angry cat. You stop flinching after a while. Someone splashes hot oil on your hand. You wipe it on your apron and keep plating. You don't even register it anymore. Your pain tolerance becomes actually concerning to people outside the industry. A friend sees a burn on your arm and panics. You forgot it was there. And the camaraderie on the line is unlike anything else. You will bond with people in a kitchen faster than anywhere else in your life because nothing creates friendship like mutual suffering at high speed. You'll have inside jokes with someone you met 4 days ago. You'll go to war together every Friday and Saturday night. And by Sunday morning, you're family. But eventually, the line isn't enough. You start wanting to run your own section, call your own shots. And that's exactly how they get you. All right, now you've got a title. Chef de partie, station chef. In a big kitchen, this means you own an entire section. You own the grill. Everything that comes off your station is your reputation on a plate. And that's when the job changes on you. The cooking doesn't stop, but now you're managing on top of it. You've got 1, maybe 2 junior cooks under you. And suddenly, you understand why your old station chef was always in a bad mood. Because teaching someone while also cooking during a rush is like trying to change a tire while driving on the highway. You're plating a dish with your right hand and reaching over with your left hand to stop your junior cook from putting raw chicken next to the salad greens. And you're doing both while the sous chef is yelling times at you from across the kitchen. You also start going to the walk-in cooler for inventory checks that are really just 3 minutes of standing in the cold so you don't lose your mind. Every station chef does this. It's an unwritten rule. The walk-in is the kitchen's therapy office. At this level, you start to notice something strange. You're starting to care about things you never thought about before. Food cost, waste, why the new prep cook is using too much butter. 3 months ago, you were that prep cook using too much butter. Now, you're annoyed about it. The kitchen is turning you into a person you didn't plan on becoming. You also get your first tiny taste of creative input. The sous chef might ask what you think about a new special. You suggest something, and if it actually makes the menu, even temporarily, you feel like you just won an Oscar. You walk past the table that ordered it, and you want to grab them by the shoulders and say, "I made that." You don't, but you want to. That feeling, that little hit of creative ownership, is what keeps you pushing for the next rank. Now we're getting into the upper ranks. Sous chef, second in command. The person who actually runs the kitchen, while the head chef is upstairs doing whatever head chefs do. Your job is everything. You write the prep lists. You run the line during service. You deal with the guy who called in sick 20 minutes before a Saturday night rush. You taste every sauce, check every plate, and somehow also find time to order 400 pounds of produce for tomorrow. You are the translator between the head chef's vision and the line cook's reality. The head chef says, "I want a deconstructed bouillabaisse with saffron foam and micro herbs." You walk downstairs and figure out how to make that happen with 3 cooks, one of whom started last Tuesday and still doesn't know where the tongs are. But the weird part about being a sous chef? You stop cooking. I mean, you still cook, but it's different. You're tasting, adjusting, fixing. You're not creating anymore. You're quality controlling. And there's this quiet grief that comes with that. Because cooking is why you got into this in the first place. And now you spend most of your time on a computer ordering chicken thighs in bulk. Your relationship with food changes completely. You used to love eating at restaurants on your day off. Now you sit there, judging the sear on everything and quietly estimating their food cost percentage. You've become the person you swore you'd never become, and you can't stop. The other thing about sous chef life is that you are the emotional center of the kitchen. Line cook having a breakdown in the walk-in? You handle it. Dishwasher didn't show up? You're washing dishes in your chef coat. Head chef and the owner got into a fight about the menu? You're the one smoothing it over while also running a 200-cover dinner service. You are simultaneously a cook, a manager, a therapist, a logistics coordinator, and occasionally a bouncer. And you do it all for a salary that, when you break it down by hours worked, comes out to something pretty depressing. You made it. You're the executive chef, the head chef. Your name might be on the menu. You definitely have your own office, even if it's just a repurposed storage closet with a laptop in it. And this is the part that's going to surprise you. Being head chef is barely a cooking job anymore. You are now a small business operator who happens to know how to make a really good béarnaise. Your day starts with emails, vendor issues, staffing problems, a health inspector coming next week, and someone from corporate wants to chat about the Q3 menu direction. You haven't used the phrase Q3 since… Actually, you've never used it before, but here you are. You design menus. You negotiate with suppliers. You hire and fire people, which is the part of the job they absolutely did not cover in culinary school. You attend meetings where people use the word synergy without laughing, and you nod along because the restaurant needs a new ventilation system, and the only way to get it is to play nice with the people who control the budget. In service, you're on the pass. You're the last set of eyes before food goes to the table. But you're not cooking it. You're inspecting it, calling out tickets, orchestrating the whole line like a conductor. And when things go wrong, and they always go wrong, everyone looks at you. And then there's the loneliness. As a line cook, you had your crew. You suffered together, you laughed together, you went out for drinks after close, and complained about the same things. As head chef, you're the boss. That crew isn't your crew anymore. You can't vent to them. You can't complain about the owner to them. You eat lunch alone in your office closet most days, staring at a spreadsheet, remembering when this job used to be about cooking food that made people happy. But then a server comes back and says, "Table 12 wants to send compliments to the chef." And for about 30 seconds, you remember why you chose this life. Then your phone buzzes. The morning prep cook just quit via text message. You've got 8 hours to find a replacement before brunch. Back to the spreadsheets. And the craziest part? Every executive chef started knee-deep in dirty dishes for minimum wage. Every rank in a kitchen is its own universe. The dishwasher and the head chef work in the same building, but they live in completely different realities. And the wildest part? Every head chef was once that kid in the dish pit, scrubbing burnt cheese off a sheet pan, wondering if any of this was worth it. If you've ever worked in a kitchen, you already know everything I just said is true. And if you haven't, just be extra nice to your server next time. Because behind that kitchen door, somebody is absolutely losing their mind, so your steak can come out medium rare. YouTube thinks you'll like this video, so click it. And if you actually made it to the end, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.